Thank you so very much for being back, and if you just joined us, Enterprise Morning it is, right here on Enterprise Television. Let's head straight to our conversation for today. For many who might not have remembered or unaware, let's bring you up to speed on this story. Sometimes in 2017, large sums of cash, including foreign and local currencies, were discovered in a Lagos apartment, triggering one of Nigeria's most controversial corruption scandals. The funds, reportedly 43 million US dollars, 28,000 British pounds, and 23 million naira, all in cash, were traced to an apartment linked to Chief Ayodele Oke, a former Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, and former Nigerian ambassador to the Commonwealth. Following the discovery, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, launched an investigation and, in February 2019, obtained a warrant from the Federal High Court in Lagos for the arrest of Chief Oke and his wife, Folashade.
Very true. Now, the couple was accused of theft and money laundering involving public funds. Court documents listed the recovered cash as part of the charges, alongside a separate allegation that the couple diverted about $160 million from the federal government. Before their scheduled court appearance, Chief Oke and his wife reportedly left Nigeria for medical reasons. Their failure to appear in court prompted the EFCC to declare them wanted. In the aftermath of the 2017 discovery, Chief Oke was suspended from office. A presidential investigative panel led by then President Yemi Osinbajo received the matter and recommended his removal, which was subsequently approved by late President Muhammadu Buhari.
Now, the matter has resurfaced following reports that Chief Oke has returned to Nigeria and was recently nominated for an ambassadorial position. The development has renewed the debate over accountability, transparency, and handling of high-profile corruption cases in the country under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We still have with us Barrister Evans Ofeli. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for hanging on.
Very well.
Thank you. So let's get to the crux of the matter here. Help us maybe fleshing it out for us. How does it really work in criminal justice system when EFCC declares someone wanted and it comes back to say the person is not guilty after loss of the things incriminating such a person is there for everyone to see? How does it really work? Exactly.
Well, the government is working at cross purpose with itself, because Chief Oke was declared wanted following the money laundering scandal that rocked the country at the time in 2017. I remember that time a lot of investigation went on that. But you know that while this investigation was ongoing, his passport was not taken away from him. So he was able to take a flight out of the country, and then with his family. And from that time till recently, nobody heard anything about him. He was declared wanted. EFCC did not. EFCC followed up to a point, and with the passage of time, the story got whittled down. Okay, and today he's back to the country and is being considered for ambassadorial nomination and appointment. Okay, and been considered already. You see, the question you ask yourself is what has happened in this case, and what have the National Assembly done? Has it appeared before the National Assembly for clearing? Because I know that National Assembly have cleared virtually all of them. Okay, I don't know whether he has appeared for the National Assembly or not. But someone with such allegation, okay, or scandal around him, they shouldn't have been appointed, or shouldn't have been considered in the case under reference. But you know, this government, they justify anything and everything. Okay, why would you consider someone who by dint of his activities or allegations so weighty, someone who occupied the office of National Security Advisor in the past and has been involved in such, why would you then appoint him to that make him as one of the appointees to such. When already the scandal that was involved in is one that is so grievous. Okay? So when you criticize such, now the government and its people will come after you. But this is a huge scandal. It tells you that this government is not interested in accountability. This government is not interested in anything that will give it positive publicity. It's just there to act based on, I don't even know the pattern they are following. How will you achieve your objective with such kind of scandal? I don't know whether he has gone through that screening. Because he also go through DSS screening and he also go through the National Assembly screening. Perhaps he must have passed all that, or maybe they have been waived. I don't know. But you can imagine such a character at this point. So it speaks a lot about our government. Was it not this government that told us they were going to send repentant Boko Haram abroad? Repentant Boko Haram members abroad. And it was all over the news. And they did it. You know, and then when we travel, they will not be looking at all of us as if we're having explosives. Anybody, you know, and it changed our image all over. And these people don't care whether our image is destroyed or preserved or whatever. And that's the painful and worrisome part about it. If you are law abiding, you're in trouble. If you are not law abiding, you're in trouble. It's very painful.
But then again, can an unresolved corruption case like this be legally reopened?
Very well. Time does not run against the state in criminal proceedings. No matter how long you commit a crime, you understand, as long as there's an allegation, okay, the allegation is there, and in the process of that, you have not answered to the either charges or the allegation or whatsoever, or investigation.
Yeah.
Yes, the person can still be prosecuted. The EFCC can actually continue where they stop. There is a declaration of that the fact that it's wanted. You know, and the exhibits are there. The exhibits are still with the EFCC. It's in the exhibit room. They will not do anything with it until that matter has been discharged. Okay.
Yeah.
So they should be able to go ahead. But in this case where the president is involved, and it looks like is the president's person, because the president will not just appoint someone who he does not know. Yes. How are you going to deal with this kind of scandal? It's executive recklessness. And it doesn't speak well of our government at all.
Now, if we draw the connection or draw the dots and try to connect them as much as we can, we have learned that Mr. Oke, will be sent to France. And we all know that President Bola Tinubu is a very good friend of France and Emmanuel Macron, and lots of the things he does is tilted to France. Taxes, they've allowed France companies to come do tax for us and all that. And this man, Oke, is hopefully will be sent to France. Help us draw the dots and maybe make it work. What do you think it is panning towards? Is it for the interest of President Bola Tinubu at this point, knowing the antecedents of this man and his scandals and crimes against him allegedly?
Only God knows what the president is trying to do, the script is trying to write, or the plans they have, but I know they are not of good at all, because like I said before, Nigerian politics is not about the people. In fact, the people, they are the last in the equation. They don't even exist. They don't even exist. It's just about the politicians. So, if it's about the people, appointment should reflect some level of positive outlook. appointments should come with value-driven character. People who are, fit and proper in character and learning to occupy the position and bring value to the table. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. We have technocrats, we have a lot of them. So but the system don't look to the direction of good people. The system favors criminals, crooks, people who have done evil, who have exhibited disservice to the nation, are the people who the system favors. And it's like that because those who are at the hem of our, and so it's about compensating a friend, compensating an ally, compensating one another in criminality. That's exactly what's going on. Okay, and it's unfortunate because the people bears the brunt. Anywhere you go, they would call you names and say, are you not from this country where they do the...
It's more like a tag, a name tag.
That's still the barrister. I think we lost the barrister right there. We hope he would, come back and continue on that particular thought, because it's so important that we state some of these things. Sometimes back when President Donald J. Trump, in his address, when he was talking about Nigeria, he called Nigeria, gave Nigeria a very derogatory term. He called Nigeria a disgraceful country. A disgraceful country. And to lots of people, they've asked, why would President Donald J. Trump call Nigeria a disgrace? And when I see some of the things happening now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm beginning to understand why that name, disgraceful country, is on the lips of some of these people. Because things like this cannot happen in other countries.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't want to use the word shameful, but then it's more like just like the word you've used, disgrace to Nigerians. Having that name being tagged, just like what the barrister said now, going to another country and they'll be pointing fingers at the person. Are you not from this country that they used to do this? So it's more of like a name tag. And as a person in that country, you'll be safe. Like, in your heart that you are not really safe because of where you're coming from and how these people are really seeing you. So I just feel that based on what's this story, right? I just feel that, just like what barrister said, that who knows, maybe only God knows
the script that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is playing at this point.
Yes, I know our president is a strategic.
Yeah, they call him the political strategist, which is likened to. There used to be a time President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida was called political Maradona. So it is also looking the same. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, political strategist, political Maradona. Barrister, are you there with us?
Very well.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so you were on some thoughts before we had that little glitch.
Yes. I was talking about how that the Nigerian politics are not favorable for the people. Look at the kind of decisions the president is taking on appointment. Those decisions are scandalous. And because they are scandalous, anywhere you go around the world, they use it against us. They use it against us largely because our government don't care about our reputation and the world at large. They don't care about our reputation. If they do, they will not do certain things. They will not take certain decisions. They will not make certain appointments. They will not co-opt certain persons into governance, certain persons that have questionable character, who in time past have been involved and emerged in scandals that are unresolved. Okay?
Yes.
They will not do that. But because it's not about the people, it's not just about the politicians and what they want. So we are skewed to bear the brunt of the acts of misadventures of our political leaders.
All right. So, Barrister, let's this actually, connects us. It's a transition to what we had equally observed last week when Gilbert Shagori of Shagori, I would love to believe that's the name of his company, was conferred the highest honor of the land, GCON, by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, this is a man whose antecedents before now, he worked closely with General Sani Abacha, and we all knew what went down during that time. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has seen him as a friend and has honored him. How well do you think this would go when the international community have their lens on us?
He has been a long-time friend of the president. I mean, the Shagori, been a long-time friend of the president. And, you know, like I said, when people get into office, they use the political might and the power of the office to benefit their friends, to share largesse to their friends. You know, at some point when the presidential jet broke down, one of the jets the president used for one of the trips belongs to the Shagori. You remember? Yes. Yes, in one before they bought the new jet. Okay. So you can see that it's a long-time relationship standing and all that. So when the opportunity to honor people, you know, they will consider their friends first. So whether those friends have contributed immensely to the nation, or whether the contribution of those friends are personal to them, they will use national honor as compensation. They will use contracts as compensation. They will use anything they can lay their hands on, whether our commonwealth, whether anything, they will use it as compensation. You don't see how they go about elections. Especially governors are going for election the second time. They pack state resources to campaign. No accountability, nothing. They use resources of the state to fight their opponent. Okay? And they use resources of the state to do all manner of evil. Not bearing in mind the need of the people, the need of the state. In Delta State, for example, Oko has spent 1.3 trillion for a frivolous relationship with Atiku in the last election. Because he wants to be vice president. They wasted that money. Today's answering question with the EFCC, 1.3 trillion naira. What Delta State money is spent. And when you get to Delta State, you see the level of poverty there. That amount of money would have built hospitals. They can use it to give soft loans to citizens. It can take care of educational, it can take care of the welfare of the citizens, but they will not do it. They will use it. So that is what they are saying. It's never about the people. Oil-bearing communities. There's a community now in Delta State, in the East local government, where the children sit on the floor to learn, which I posted on my Facebook page, calling on the governor. The school first is broken. It's riverine. And because it's riverine, the teachers, for them to get to school, they will spend 6,000 naira just one way.
Wow.
And they have to spend 6,000 naira to return. So many of the teachers stopped going to school. Then the community provided accommodation for them. They refused to stay in the accommodation. As we speak now, for 2 years, the children are at home.
Wow.
And the teachers are drawing salary. The teachers are drawing salary. And the children are at home for 2 years. And these are the children that were expected to compete with their counterparts. In this world of AI, where the speed of education is one that even when you are in the city, you are not able to cope with the speed of knowledge today. Some communities that are oil-bearing, children are at home. So it's heartbreaking. It breaks the heart. But that's what Nigerian politics is about the people. It's not about the people, it's about the politicians. So it's unfortunate.
Very so unfortunate. Barrister, my last question just before we let you go. We understand you're actually very busy and have other meetings to attend to. But it's always believed that nothing stays forever. No one would have believed in Abia State, for example, that the time would come when God would bless them with a governor who would come and correct the mistakes of people that were there before him. Do you think we would get to that point where possibly Providence would give us a man that would come and correct all the anomalies, the mistakes that have been committed by these people that are currently leading Nigeria and those before them?
Definitely, it will happen. But no one man can correct everything. but you have the right kind of leadership at the top, okay? You know, he sets the agenda, and there's a way you will set the agenda to follow through. Okay, look at Lagos State before Fashola came in, okay? How Lagos State was before Fashola came in. The moment Fashola got there, it has been, you know, they raised the bar. And if you step in and you're not doing anything, it will show immediately that you're not doing anything.
That's true.
The likes of some, you know, who is dragging down the standard already set by Fashola and Ambode. Okay, you will know. So we need that kind of leadership in many of our states, and even at the center. We've not been fortunate at all to have that. We've not been fortunate to have that at the center, but we've had it at regions. If you look at Borno State, we have somebody who is formidable. In Lagos State, we've had good hands. Now in Abia State, you see that you have certain level, you know, of persons who understand what governance should be, and how that the resources of the people should be for the people and nothing more, nothing more. But in other places, we've not been that lucky to see that kind of leadership.
Well, we hope for better days. Truly, it's becoming bad every single day. You know that we pass by. Before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came, the gross of Nigeria, what Nigeria is worth, was above $500 billion US. As we stand today, it's less than $200 billion US. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he was grow Nigeria to a trillion. How he want to do it, we do not know. Currently, we have it right now that Shell is hoping to pump in $20 billion US. We do not know if that money is Ojo money. You know, before now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said some Indians were coming in with 14 billion. We've not seen 14 billion. From Qatar,
maybe it's
about 12 billion. We still haven't seen anything.
Maybe during his campaign.
His campaign, okay. Shell might bring in that money. Hopefully, we hope that Shell will bring in that money. 20 billion. It's a lot.
It's a whole lot.
Yes, it's a lot. We hope that will come. Not audio money this time around, but real money. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for your time. We truly do appreciate you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. And that's about the time we have. I'd love to say thank you to you wherever it is you've streamed, you've watched from around the world. Thank you so very much for doing that. Please do well to see us. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com to read up on everything we have talked about today. You can equally go to download, share to your friends and folks when you visit us at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Ikoyi.
And I'm Kehinde Boduri.
Have yourself a splendid day. God bless you.
God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.